Now I'm going to create a sequence. Now there are two types of sequences, a step sequence and a date sequence. Now the difference between the two is that step sequence is when you want to send emails one after the other, but on a date sequence is already written in the name date, so you have a specific time and date that you want the message to be sent. So for this example, I'm going to create a step sequence. So click create and then click on step sequence. Then I'll click, it says here add a step. So click an email. Now I would want this to be immediate. So I would pull up the message, the one that I created earlier, test email one. And then once it's done, I'll click this pink button and then up. And then I would create another step that would go out 3 days after the previous one is set. So I'll type 3 days after the previous step. And then I would want it to be sent out mm, at 8 a.m. New York time. There. So I'll pull up the second one, test email 2, and then the message gets it's auto populating, and then I click this. So as you can see, day 0 is the first email, and then day 3 is the second email. So I'd click on save. There. So now the step sequence is made. But how about if I want to create a date sequence? Then I click on new sequence, sequence, and then I do the same thing. The only difference is I have an exact date on when I wanted it to when I want to the when I want the email to go out. So I click on email. See, there's a specific date. For example, I want it to go out on May 30, and then the times to send it's 10 a.m. Then I would uncheck the run this step every year. Then I would click on the email that I created earlier, which is tax test email 1. And then it's the same thing. I would have to click up and then add another email. And then I would want this time to send it on the next 27th. And then 10 a.m. still. And then choose another email, the second email that we created. And then click on this one. So now there are two emails. I would save them now. So you've successfully created a date sequence and a step sequence.